Okay, we're recording now. And let's turn on the live transcript. And now let me disable me from seeing it. Okay, so if you have the live transcript enabled, are you able to see it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so where are we? So we can stop this using the stop button or the close gadget here, but do not hit the minimize, because Replit will hide the window and you won't be able to get it back. All right, so what if we had two kinds of data, two axes of data? And you remember I told you never, ever break your mind by looking at list compositions? Well, I'm going to use one, and I'll explain it. Comprehension, sorry, not composition, list comprehension. So A times A for A in X. So what this says is create a new list by going through every entry in X, which is 1 through 10, squaring it, put that into a new list called Y. All right. So let me just test that, print Y. And we should see Y printed there plus the picture. Okay, good. So let me know if you are not able to do this. Okay. So now I have an x-axis and I have a y-axis. I can do a number of different charts. So instead of a pie chart, let me give it both axes. Let's give it, well, just the word plot. Let's start there. So run that. And let me check to see if everyone is on board. Too many buttons to click. Okay, so let me see your faces. Is everybody on board? Okay, good. Say, wouldn't it be nice if we were to add a title? So we can say plt.title after the plot, plt.title. Is this how it's spelled, Logan? I think that's how he spells it.
Excuse me, I actually have a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I missed it. How did you get the figure again? Like, how do you get the chart? I mean, the graph. My bad. The graph.
Okay, if you run this program, you should see that window. You ready? I'm going to hit run.
I didn't get it. Wait, let me try again. Okay, I think I'm good.
Okay, good. All right, so we wanted to add a title. So plt.title. Connor McGregor's earnings. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so now we have a title for our graph. What do you say we add some labels on the x-axis and the y-axis? All right, we could do that. plt.xlabel, routes, and y-label. Now, I want to be very careful to point out that this x and this y have nothing to do with x label and y label, right? So I could have called my x-axis anything, but it's still going to be x label. So let's put in, all right, let's see what that looks like. Stop. Run again. Okay, anybody have any questions so far? Okay, well, you know what? I don't like that color blue, so I want to make it red. So I'm going to just put in a single character R. Stop it, run it again. Okay, now I could have used red, R or red. There are hundreds of built-in colors. Let me try that. Don't try that yet. Let me just make sure it works. Yeah. Okay. So now I have red dots, and the dot is indicated by the letter O. Let's add back in the lines and say line style equals dash for a solid line. Okay. And I'm going to remove that O and show you how you can specify the marker in other ways. Marker equals hat. Let's see what that produces. So now we've got triangles. Let's go back to line style and say colon. Now this one, you know, dash I can understand is a solid line. And even this one, dash dot, what do you think that'll do? That makes sense. But this next one doesn't make any sense. So just go with it. What do you think that's going to produce? I've got a colon. Any guesses? Let me run it. Okay, that's for a dotted line. Okay. So I'd like to put a legend on this. Well, Conor McGregor is himself a legend, but let's put a legend on the graph. So we're going to say label equals McGregor. Okay, now doing this by itself isn't going to change the graph. Let me show you. So run it again, and the picture should be the same. But let me add one more thing, and that is to tell the plot to include a legend. And now let's see what it looks like. Now, does this suggest something to you? Does it suggest perhaps you could have more than one plot on the same diagram. Okay, let's see if we can do that. Let's create another. Let's create another list. What should I do with the list? I have the numbers 1 through 10. Well, I'll take y divided by 10. Nope. A divided by 10 for a in y. And I'm going to okay, so Mayweather. All right, and we'll make this one blue, and we'll make that a solid line, and we'll make those markers into those dots again. And now it's more than one person, so I'll just say that. And let's see what happens now. Okay. Oh, I gave it the same data twice. That's why it's the same graph. So stop, and then instead of X and Y, I'll make it X and T. That'll make a lot more sense. Okay, so hey, this is a good looking graph. Oh, just a tiny amount of change. I'll change the graph type. You ready? Instead of PLOT, I'll use scatter. I'll change it for both. Scatter plot. And that'll be just the line style will probably cause me a problem. Yeah. Okay, well, get rid of line style. And I wonder what it was complaining about. Let's see. Run. Okay, I've caused it to have a conniption. Why is it caused it to have a conniption? Huh. That should work. Is it working for anybody?
No, it doesn't work for me.
All right. Not supported for the input types. What the heck is going on there? So I'll tell you what, let's, well, let me just try one of the scatter plots at one time. Stop, run. Now it doesn't seem to be working for me, responding to me at all. Great. Oh, there it goes. Well, that's bizarre. So I'll put in, let's see, so we did PLOT, we did scatter. Let's try bar. Okay, let's remove the color using that argument, that method. Let's run it again. Okay, look at this cool chart here. We've got the two plots on the same graph, where the orange is Mayweather and the blue is McGregor. So now you know how to do bar charts. Scatter should have worked, but it's just X and Y. Pie charts, and also a line chart. Okay? So already you've learned how to do a whole bunch of very powerful graphing techniques. Let's say you wanted a little bit more headroom over here, so that there's a bigger space between the 100 and the end. So you could tell it what limit you want. PLT dot Y limit, and you want it to go from 0 to 120. Let's try that. Oh man, you're really, really killing me. This is what happens when you get old. You don't remember what you did a half an hour ago. All right, well, is that going to work any better? No. All right, well, let's skip that then. I'll get back to you on that. All right, let's take a look at just how sophisticated Matplotlib is. So matplotlib.org, and here's where you'll find your tutorials, your documentation. Let's take a look at this examples. And I'm going to scroll through this. And after a while, we're going to get sick of scrolling through it, and I'll scroll faster. Here's a list of your line styles. Here's a list of your markers. Multiple plots on a single page. Working with images. Keeps going and going and going and going. Working with vectors, so all of these are arrows. Shaded. Still going. Different types of geographic. Do we have anybody who's a GIS major? Okay. From statistics, like box plots. Histograms. Here's samples of different kinds of pie charts. Nested pie chart is kind of cute. Polar coordinates, drawing arrows, rendering text. Typesetting math. Typesetting math is a very sophisticated, complicated thing. Oh boy, we're still going. Oh boy, so different colors. You can specify arbitrary color, but there are hundreds of colors that are indicated by name. And here you see them. Drawing shapes, different types of styles. For example, you can shift into style 538, which is from the website 538.com, a politics website. People love this style. Very popular. Oh, man, what to do with axes? Are you sick of it yet?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna scroll faster. Oh man, it even does animation? Holy cow. You can make the graphs interactive with event handling. We're not done yet. I'm gonna scroll very fast now. So if you can think of it, Matplotlib probably has a way to do it. Okay, so if you have to write a report showing any type of graph, if it's too difficult to produce that graph or impossible to produce that graph in Excel, you export your data as CSV, write it in Python using Matplotlib, and you get an A+. All right, wow, that's a lot of examples. All right, now the documentation will look like this. So Matplotlib, and then you would click on modules, and then go to PyPlot. And this could be pretty overwhelming. So when you're looking for documentation, I would recommend that you use Google instead. So you'd say Matplotlib line width. I want to know how to adjust the width of a line. And search for line width. And there it is. So you would say plot with the line width equals a different value. You can vary the size of the markers. So here, let's try these two and head back to our replit. Let's go back to plot. And there. So one of them is a plot, one of them is a bar. And let's see, I didn't specify a marker. Marker equals the letter O. Okay. So, how about some questions? This is a gentle, it truly is a gentle introduction to Matplotlib. So while you're thinking of a question to ask, let me point out that for every X value, there's a Y value when you're using 2 dimensions. Matplotlib also handles 3 dimensions. So for every X, there must be a Y, there must be a Z. In the case of 2D, for every X, there must be a Y, and vice versa. So what I'm trying to tell you is it will generate an error if the list of X has a different length than the list of Y. That will cause an error. Allow me to demonstrate. I'll say y dot append 99. So now y will be one element longer than x. So let's try that, and it should generate an error. And there it is. X and y must have the same first dimension. So one of them has 10, the other has 11. And that's because of this line here. which I'll now eliminate. Okay, did you think of a question?
Could you do any two types of graphs together on the same like on the same graph?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. I have a bar and a plot.
But like, could you do that with any of the like hundreds that you just looked at?
I don't know. Let's try. So let's see. Plot plt dot pi, and we'll give it y, and see what happens. Oops, that's the wrong button. Okay, that broke everything. So what you would do in this case is establish a hierarchy of plots. And that would, an example of that would be in the, oh, somehow I, all right, so Matplotlib examples. So for example, you can place more than one plot into a figure. And you have control over the positioning. So here's two that are above each other with a little bit of space. Here's more space between them. Here they're vertical. Here it is a foursome, a grid. You can also have control over the spacing. So for example, here is three separate plots in one figure where the separate plots have been positioned and oriented to make this diagram, which actually is a really cool diagram. Never looked at that before. See, it's showing all the x values and all the y values, and then the x, y values together. That's pretty cool. Okay, so the answer to your question is yes, you can. All right, so let's not add that pi. How about, well, let me stop this and run it again. How about if I wanted different colors on every bar? Then you could use, you can create a color uniform throughout the whole graph for in the bar by saying color equals, let's say, sea green. Let's see what that did. Okay, but suppose we wanted to have every bar have a different color. You could specify a range of colors as a list of text. So red, green, blue, cyan, yellow, magenta, black, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, purple, rose. Let's see if rose is there. And how about gold? I like gold. Gold is good. So instead of saying color equals sea green, you'd say color equals and give it the name of the list. Okay, I guess there's no rose. How about gray? We'll see if they spell gray that way or with an E. Okay, So now you see every bar has its own color. So this is just the tip of the iceberg, as you can imagine. So your next project, which is going to be posted tonight, probably due in a week, maybe a little more, will be to use your stew data to generate some graphs of data contained in the CSV file. Sound good? Okay, come on, lay some questions on me.
I got one.
Good.
All right. So when it comes to the color thing, are there like, is there a preset list of like colors for it, or can we use something like hexadecimal to like get a specific color we want?
Yes, you can specify color. I'll go to color, 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 color. There it is. There's the one these are the named colors. So using the text for, let's say, C, you'll get cyan, M, magenta, dark orange, brown, Navajo white, blanched almond. And you can also specify colors numerically. And boy, I don't think I'm going to find that on this example. Yeah. Okay. You can also specify them using RGB components like you would on the web. Does that answer your question, Santana?
Definitely. Thank you.
Papaya whip. Where did that come from? Okay. Here's the color of my house. Spring green. Okay, other questions? Nobody?
Can you make the line multicolored as well?
Can you make the line multicolored? I don't know how to do that. I'll bet you there is, but could you make the line multicolored?
What would happen if you just tried to use the colors list with the regular plot?
All right, well, let's try that. Let's see what happens. I don't know. All right, stop and run again. Whoops, I got 2 commas in there. Okay, well, it failed because it's looking for a single color. Let's say like 25500. Let's try that. Okay, so now you know that the colors go from 0 to 1. So 1, 0, 0. Okay. So this does not tell us how to do a multicolored line. Now, I suspect that it's possible because if we go back to here and look up the examples, let's look up heat. So there's a heat map in different colors. Let's try false. I can't see what I'm typing. FALS. Okay, so they don't call it false, but let me look. Whoops. I'll spot it by picture. So I'm pretty sure it can do it. Here, let's try that. Multicolored lines, look at that. What do you think?
That's pretty cool.
The line color is based on its derivative. Well, this is not a calculus class. Yeah, but since it's a sine map, then, if it's a sine wave, then the cosine is the derivative. So that's not hard. But what's the mechanism where they set the line color? This looks a little complicated, but it is there. Okay, so no matter what it is that you can think of, Matplot's got it covered. Other questions? Okay, so I encourage you over the next 2 days to play with the examples or play with Matplotlib like this. And think of something from your major, right? And see if you can produce a graph for it. Can you do that for me? We'll have a contest. Tell you what, so next Thursday, we'll have a contest. Who made the coolest graph from their major? And the prize will be a copy of my zombie book. Okay? Signed and autographed and everything. Oh, I'll make sure I tell the first class that too. Hello, Fredo. Yes,
I have a
I know, you
question.
haven't bitten me in a while, so bitten me in a while, so you have to bite me. I should just look at the dog and say, bite me.
I have a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just wondering, how many more projects do you think we have for the rest of the year, including the one we're about to get right now?
The one you're about to get right now, I would say at most 3, including the one you're getting now. Because we've only done 3 so far.
Yeah.
So at most 3. How many weeks do we have left? About 6? Okay.
Yeah, we're getting close towards the end of the semester here, actually, which is kind of weird thinking about it.
Yeah, we are getting kind of close. But let me ask you something. At this moment, do you feel as though the class was worthwhile? Are you going to be able to do something, anything, that will help you in the rest of your education? That would be just awesome. That's the whole purpose of this class.
Well, this graph thing might actually help tremendously, knowing how to make graphs and whatnot. Not using Excel.
Yeah.
Using values that maybe you don't have, you can just plug it in, and then you have the graphs for you.
Yep. Yeah, the power, the expressive power, it's so far beyond Excel. Forget about it.
Yeah,
but there's something.
It's crazy.
Yeah, there's more I have to show you though. I can't get away. Whoop! I just lost the window. All right, so let me run this again. I didn't show you an important button you can press. Okay, so I talked to you about the house, zooming in, panning around, but what about this floppy disk? So on Replit, when you click that, this is asking you to select where to put the saved picture, but it defaults to the wrong place. So my REPL is called light blue spiffy beta test. Yuck. Okay, so notice that the directory that it defaulted to is not my REPL. So let me double click on the REPL, and then I could call it money and it'll save out as a PNG, or if you want it to be a PostScript, maybe a TIFF file, a JPEG file, or even a PDF file. So I'll save it as a JPEG, and it'll be called money.jpg, and I'll open up this. So you see I've got no other files there. Let me hit save, and there it is. I go click on it, there it is. So this you would download and then put right into your paper. Okay? Yeah, I sincerely hope this that something that you learn here becomes useful in other classes, perhaps in your senior thesis. Okie doke. That's the material that I wanted to show for today. I'm happy to end early. If you have any questions, I'll stay on as long as there are questions. If not, you can go now. Poof, poof, pop, pop, pop.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Professor.
Have a good one.
Thanks.
Alvin, you have a
I'm gonna
question?
win that book.
Yeah, well, I just want to know. So for the project for next week, is it about anything from our major?
It's from Stu Data.
Yeah. Oh, and it's particularly our major, right? You said
No, it's just the basics of graph drawing.
okay. So it's just the
Yeah.
one.
But but I also asked you for the contest, can you come up with anything from your major?
Oh, okay. All
It's separate from the project.
right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Right.
Chad, you have a question? Okey doke, Chad, I'm going to sign off.